Hey guys, Jcc2224 here, and I decided, hey, why not review another Marvel Legends Iron Man, because Hasbro likes pumping these out. The MCU movies keep pumping out these new armors, and me, being a total sucker for MCU Iron Man, ends up buying them all. This is the brand new Marvel Legends Infinity War Iron Man Mark 50. Well, at least I think it's the Mark 50. The last armor we saw was the 47 in Homecoming. We have the 48, 49, and 50. I'm guessing one of those is the new Hulkbuster. Hot Toys calls this the Mark 50. I'm pretty sure this is the Mark 50, but I'm just going to call it the Infinity War Iron Man just in case I'm wrong and this is like the 48 or 49 or something. I don't want to have to live with the fact that I called this the wrong number in a video on YouTube that will not get like millions of views and only just a few hundred or thousand. Anyways, this is the Infinity War Iron Man, and it's a pretty good figure. As you can see, it goes for a far more alien design. It's certainly inspired by some alien technology in the MCU. I really do like that. I like the lines. I like this aesthetic. Kind of reminds me of the Heroes Reborn Iron Man, and certainly some other Iron Man designs that have been in the comics. This certainly does remind me of the Heroes Reborn Iron Man when it has the wings, because I'm not sure if you're aware, but this armor also has like an arm cannon that can transform from the arm and wings. Of course, this figure doesn't have them, but it's just like a $20 Marvel Legend. What do you expect? It doesn't even come with a bath part, so I mean, they could have thrown at least maybe an arm cannon in there. But anyways, this is still a nice figure. I think it's pretty good. Is it the best MCU Legends Iron Man? I'm not exactly sure. We'll get on to comparisons in a bit. Before I go on to the figure itself, I just want to show you the accessories real quick. They're pretty basic. All you get are 2 repulsor hands and 2 repulsor effects. I'm pretty sure these are the exact same effects that you get from the Civil War Iron Man. Still looks pretty good. I like them. They're probably painted a little different, but they do still come off of the hands, of course. And the actual effect blast can come off of the beam, which is nice, but it's super hard to put back on. The hands themselves are a little bit of a disappointment because they're not hinged. They're always outward like this. So you can't have him just with his hands resting alongside his body, which is a bit of a disappointment. They also did this with the new Invincible Iron Man, which I also didn't like it on that. But it's what they did. I guess it's a cost-cutting measure. I don't really see where they added any value to the figure itself. It's probably just a little way to cheapen it a bit, but it's all right. It's livable. He still looks cool with the repulsor effects. I like it. I'll change his hands out later in the video. You do have the fisted hands, of course. That comes on him. I'm not sure if he came with one. I think he had one with the repulsor hand in the package and one with the fist. But the fists are kind of like the generic hand to give him. That's all the accessories he has. If you're wondering, he is compatible with the Tony Stark head, and we'll get to that in a bit. So let's look at the details on this figure first, because they're pretty interesting. So I certainly do enjoy the head sculpt. I think it's pretty good. I saw some earlier reviews and videos, and it kind of bothered me a bit. I was a little unsure about this head sculpt, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. It does have a recessed eye thing going on. That's one thing a lot of people were pointing out, but I like it. It has nice silver details in the cheeks there. Just a nice glossy red they used. I wish it was a deeper red, but it's still a nice shade of red in my opinion. Overall, I like the sculpt on the helmet. The chest, I have a bit of an issue with. I'm not sure if this is just with mine. I'm pretty sure it's just with mine or maybe a few others. You can see the shape right here is off. It's at a slant. I'm not sure why, but it is. But hey, at least they got the blue in the torso. That's really cool. They didn't get that with the other Iron Mans they've released recently, but they actually got the blue lights going around him, and that looks really good. The shoulders are very nice and sleek. I do enjoy that. He's got some gold and silver, of course, pretty typical of Iron Man figures nowadays. Nice gold on the hands. I really do like this gold-silver matching on the thighs there. The thighs look so alien. Really reminds me of Chitauri tech. Just overall, very nice looking. I'm pretty sure there's no paint on the shins downward. Just kind of interesting. But still, very nice. Cat hair not included. There we go. I do enjoy this this whole design here. It's neat. It's certainly different for the MCU Iron Man designs, and I like it. So let's give him the repulsors, and then we'll talk about articulation. So I can show you the wrists here for the fisted hands. These do have the hinge, so that's good. They hinge in. Oh, is that it? Yeah, they hinge in that much, and they hinge out that much. So you get a fair amount, and of course you can just, if it won't hinge all the way while it's on the hand, you can just unhinge it and then put it back on the hand like that, which is nice. But yeah, let's give him a repulsor effect so you can see how both hands really articulate on this figure. So for articulation, his head is on a very, very, very loose ball joint. It was loose right out of the package, and it's just pretty loose. I mean, it still holds poses, but you can knock it out of place. It does have the disc hinge where it can move up all of the way, and it can move down really good. He can pretty much look at you from ground level, which I do like. His shoulders are really, really tight. They're actually kind of stuck out like this out of the package. I had to heat them up so they would go in all the way. His shoulders go out that much, which is pretty good. Of course, typical fare with the arms there. You already saw that wrist. That's a really odd pose. Can we get him out of that? Come on, please. No. He's got, of course, just a swivel at the repulsor hand, which is kind of disappointing. Pretty decent ball joint. No downward crunch at the waist there, unfortunately, but you have a good bit of side to side and up and down. You can see how easy it is to just knock this head. It's pretty bad. His legs actually are pretty impressive. They move out as much as you really need. They move forward all the way. That's nice. It's really nice. Not a lot of Iron Man figures can do that. He does have a thigh swivel, of course, but he also has a double jointed knee. You see the thigh swivel there. Nothing at the boot, but he has standard ankle rockers, you know, Marvel Legends kind of stuff. And it's a pretty good Iron Man. I would say it's really basic. It's a really simple Iron Man. It doesn't have anything special going on besides, oh, if you don't have the repulsor effects, it's really nice. And let's see this. I actually haven't tried this yet. Do they fit in the feet? Yeah, they fit in the feet, so if you want them with the repulsors in his feet. They're kind of at the back of the feet, even though I kind of feel like they should be more in the middle, but it's fine. No sculpted detail on the bottom of the feet, really. It's just the feet. Overall, pretty nice looking Iron Man. Now let's compare it to some other, the more recent 6-inch Iron Man offerings we've gotten. First, with what I consider to be the definitive Marvel Legends movie Iron Man so far, the Mark 43. I just think this is the best. Sure, the legs don't move as forward, but I think the sculpt and paint and detail on this is just so spot on. It also comes with the flipped up Tony mask, the flipped up mask Tony face, which is really good. Overall, nice figure there. I do enjoy that one. Also, no repulsor effect, no option for it, but you can actually bend the wrist, and that's nice. I do enjoy this one. This is kind of the one I recommend currently, but we are getting the Mark 7 in the first 10 years of MCU line. Then next up, we have the Mark 47 from Spider-Man Homecoming. And you can see the 47, as well as the 46 from Civil War, were just taller for some reason. And it's all right. Like, they still look nice in a Hall of Armor lineup. The older 6-inch Iron Man figures are actually a little shorter than even these two. So it's a little iffy if you just want them all lined up straight. I pose mine around, so it's fine. Like this one, this is as far out as a Civil War goes. That's really bad. Very, very nice figure, though. Really do like this one. The shoulders don't go out as much as they do on the Infinity War. Overall, just really nice looking, but it's not nearly as posable as the Infinity War. And this one does come with better accessories. It has the alternate Tony head if it's the damaged one. It has the open helmet, which I can show you right here. If you get the Homecoming one, you have more blast effects with the battle damaged and 2 with the normal Civil War. Yeah, but you know what I mean. But honestly, I feel like the Infinity War one is one to consider if you're just wanting like one Iron Man. But I would kind of hold out for the Mark 7 first 10 years figure to come out. Last comparison, Tony Stark here. You can see the height with the chameleon body and the Civil War Tony head. And also, if you want to see what the actual Tony head looks like on the Infinity War Iron Man. Not as loose. The head looks a little small. Just looks a tad small. But honestly, the shoulder proportions for Iron Man in the armor, no matter what, is a little off. Looks nice. I think it looks nice. I think this is a perfectly reasonable display option for this figure. The neck is kind of swept a bit forward, I've noticed on this, but it's fine. Also, for whatever reason, if you're curious if the 47 flipped up mask head fits, yes it does. I'm also pretty sure that the flipped up mask in Tony face from the 43 would also fit. Even though the mask doesn't fit, like it doesn't match up with this. The color matches up if you just want like a design, if he ends up doing that in the movie. It's an option. It's something you have going on. So that's pretty much it with this. That is the Infinity War, I guess Mark 50 Iron Man. We'll see if it's the actual Mark 50. Overall, I like this. I think it's pretty nice. Not perfect. I think the 43 and the 46 and 7 are better figures. And I even think the Mark 6 from Iron Man 2 and the Avengers is a little bit better. Very nice addition to an Iron Man collection. So, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed my look at the Infinity War Iron Man. I wish he came with his gun, I wish he came with his wings, but we may get an exclusive version with that, maybe some sort of box set with a Thanos or something. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my Facebook page if you have a chance. Have a good day, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.